Good morning, Genesis. This is Klaus Urbanek. Thank you all for showing up to our weekly training today. Let's call this training here this morning, My Best of the Best Tips and Advice in Building a Successful CTFO Business. If and only if your goal is to become or to get to Vice President or higher. I assume many, if not most of you on this webinar here today have enrolled within the next within the last 9 months or so in CTFO, and I'm the first to tell you, I'm not smarter than any one of you listening today. However, there's one thing I have an advantage over you, and that is experience. If you do something for 10 or 20 or 30 years like me, you have been through a lot of trial and error that you hopefully learned from. I started a speech long time ago on stage on an event by saying, I'm not a public speaker, nor am I a motivator or a comedian, but what I am is a good teacher. And that is the reason I do this training today, to teach you what worked for me in my 30-year MLM career. I call it Basic MLM 101. And I don't claim that what I do and teach is the best system or practices out there. Far from it, because there are many different systems. And yes, many of them work as well, just like what I do. Some are even sold for a lot of money, and they don't work for the masses in our profession. Rest assured, there is not one perfect way for doing our business that works 100% of the time. Having said that, at the end of the day, you must find a system that is attractive for you and works for you to reach your goals to become successful. What I teach has been the best fit for me, as this got me to executive vice president in just about 4 months. And it's not necessarily because I'm so good or perfect in recruiting. No, it's because of the wonderful people like many of you that I have attracted into my business, and prospects that have joined our team and duplicated what I teach, which is duplicating a simple system consistently to a lot of people, while everything else is in addition to that. We talk more about that in a minute. Now, I'm also the very first to tell you, I'm not really a good salesperson, as many people try to tell me that I am, but I'm not. If you had 2 vacuum cleaners at home and I sell you a third one, that is a good salesperson. Well, I couldn't do that. Remember, what we do is far more than just sales the way we know it today. Having sales experience, obviously, is an advantage, of course, as we know the process, what it takes, and how to overcome objections and rejections and so on, that we all will encounter at one point. If you like sales and you just treat it like a sales business or hobby, you may fail or fall into the salesman failure syndrome, meaning you can't recruit enough people into your business as they quit faster on the other end. Of course, this is different if you attract a small retailer or chiropractor or beauty salon, etc., into your business. That's why I really like CTFO, as we can cater our business model to any business that is looking to add a great CBD product line. Our business model is really more a relationship and team building business for the individual. And yes, selling the way we know it is part of it, but not most important, as we want to let the sales we get evolve from those that like our products, but don't really want to build a business. Look at all the associates that order monthly or every other month, but haven't enrolled anyone. Those are your direct customers. And yes, we want a ton of those. Every new enrollee must become a product user first. And in addition, as a business builder, you want to become a student, assuming you want to build a residual income stream. And you want to be able also to be teachable and follow directions. You heard this quote before. If the student is ready, the teacher will come. Just keep in mind, not every prospect you enroll wants to build a team. And that is okay, as they may become one of those direct customers. And finally, you want to learn how to become that teacher to help and support your CTFO team members that are willing to duplicate what you teach. That's why our business model is more a teaching business. So in a nutshell, do first, then teach, and then teach the teacher. Here's an important success tip. If you are brand new, doing it is building wide. That is, or are your personal enrollment. That is a fast income, and you should do it at least 80 to 90% of your time when you are new and sign up today, the time you put aside throughout the week. Now, teaching it is building deep and preparing for your intermediate residuals. And you should not spend more than about 10 to 20% on that. And teaching the teacher is hitting bedrock. Yes, you heard right, bedrock. Because if you're there, you can build a huge business. And you, if you are new, should not even start doing that. Leave it up to your upline support team. That is VP, senior VP, or executive VP. Now, teaching the teachers is a solid, long-term or walk-away residual income. And 2 to 5 years, you should plan, to laser focus on that. Now, I'm going to share with you a few tips on what you as associate want to do and teach if you want to build and lead a huge team of like-minded CTFO members. And I call it Basic MLM 101. So there are 3 different types of prospects. We all enroll. It doesn't matter what level we are on. But first decide what you want to get out of CTFO after you register. Make that your conscious decision and go for it. Become a direct customer and enjoy our wholesale prices, or you want to get your CBD products paid for by referring a handful other customers to buy some products for themselves through your 24/7 virtual storefront. Or number 2, you are looking to make $500 to $1,000 a month in residual income, working CTFO 10 to 15 hours weekly on a part-time basis. Guys, that's very doable. People go to a full-time job and make that. And if you do this consistently, you will also, over time, attract people into your team that have some or maybe a lot of network marketing experience and want to maybe earn $2,000 to $5,000 a month in full-time income and replace it. That's great. And then you have number 3, the heavy hitters, network marketing pros and entrepreneurs for 5 or even 6-figure a month income after maybe 2 to 5 years. They are those with no excuses, those goal-getter prospects. So here's another advice. You must find out what the commitment level is of every personal enrolled associate. Teach and duplicate this to your team. You want to know who are your committed team members, who are your players, those that you can count on. Besides, it gives you a pretty good idea when you are ready to hit your next goals, as you can't do it by yourself. Remember, this is a team effort. Newly enrolled associates can tell you anything they want on the phone, right? And they will, as you don't know most of them. See, I give 100% to all people on our team that are teachable and committed to do something. However, it's your job to find out what it is. If you don't, you're doomed. If you do, you know with whom to spend your precious time with. Roll up your sleeves and get to work. Now, if you don't know who you are, who you couldn't reach or find that out with, who you want to start this in your business, then I recommend you apply 3 strikes and you're out. Well, what does that mean? Now, if you receive an email from CTFO that someone enrolled with you from an ad or a lead list or referral or social media or through any other advertisement campaign you ran, and you follow up with them with a phone call and their voicemail kicks in, don't just leave a message and say that you will call them back and hang up. Say something like this. Hey, Joe, this is Klaus. Congratulations for joining CTFO and welcome to our team. I just wanted to introduce myself. Please call me back as soon as you can. And you leave your number again. So I know what email to send you and we get you started right. I'm looking forward to your call. That's it. That's something what I would say on a follow-up call, on a first follow-up call. You do these follow-up calls 3 times. You can also text them sometimes, or if you like. And then, if they don't respond, put them on your drip list. Okay, what's that? Or send them an email every 2 to 4 weeks as a group email with our weekly webinar and training info, testimonials or interesting articles about CBD that you picked up online, and share how your business is developing so far. Just don't expect anything fast in return. The reason you do that is to stay in the conversation with them, as this is part of branding yourself. Remind them also that they signed up with a 24/7 virtual storefront that was for free, with over 80 products, and how great this part of full-time CTFO business is going for you. Let them know. You never know when it makes click with someone of your inactive associates in the future. It happens to me all the time that people call out of the blue and are ready to go. And it doesn't take a lot of time away from your income producing activities to do this drip list and email it to them, maybe every 2 to 4 weeks, or whatever it is you want. Keep in mind, if you never follow up or communicate with those inactive associates, why would or should they 6 months later come back to you to order a product or to get started or to work together with you? Well, I guess I wouldn't do it either. Now, keep in mind, if you heavily advertise your business as free enrollment, then expect a lot more people enrolling for that single reason. And many of those registered members are either free riders and want something for free from you. Maybe they want you to build them a business and make some money. Or I call them deadbeats, and they don't even know or remember anymore that they're registered with you. And they do it all the time with stuff that is free. Believe me, I have those members on my team as well. Just don't waste your time on them. And don't really count them in either. We call it the 80-20 rule, meaning 20% of your personally enrolled prospects do about 80% of your volume. Now let's move on. It's most important that in your CTFO job description, that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Don't make it complicated. We all know it. A, share the products with prospects you know and don't know yet. B, share the business with business-minded prospects. And C, teach personally enrolled associates A and B. And 2, how do you find prospects? Well, you can use your Team Genesis free shovel card or the shovel subscription for $9.99. Or you purchase some live pre-interviewed leads from faststartleads.com. Or you can place an ad on Craigslist or use social media. But I believe the best way of all of them is to start with your warm market and ask for referrals. You can also talk to people or strangers when you are out and about and apply the CTFO business life cycle. And in the word life, if you never have heard this before, you find what it is we do. LIFE. Look, invite, follow up, educate. That's it. Let's take a closer look at the L in life. We are looking for people that are looking for something, right? How do you find that out? I always recommend and teach you start with putting together a list of prospects and people you know, if you don't have it already. That's what I did when I started. I made a list of the top 25 people I knew, the sharpest people that you know, that you can talk with. Your contact list is your most important asset, guys. Don't undervalue it. If you have nobody to talk to, you really are out of business before you are in business. Now, if you really don't know anyone, which is hard to believe, then start and purchase some pre-interviewed leads from faststartleads.com, as I said earlier. Once you're ready, you must ask those people that you know. And again, the best is always the warm market, or the people that you meet or like to have on your team. You have to ask if they are looking. Some people call it prospecting. I call it the art of a conversation. It has nothing to do with CTFO, to start a conversation, and nothing yet to do with CBD. Start a conversation with anybody by asking qualifying questions around health, wealth, happiness, traveling, retirement, job, etc., etc. There are tons of more. And make the prospect talk or respond to you about their dissatisfactions in these areas. Now you can reply by saying, hey, Jim, I really know how you feel, and I may have a solution that can help you with fill in the blanks. Are you open-minded for more information about that? Well, guess what? Most people will say, yes. What do you got, Klaus? Don't try to explain what it is right there unless they know the reason for your call or conversation. Otherwise, just get their contact information and email them some, info later. Always want to create that urgency, guys. Because if you make it too long, they think that they have to work the same way, and most people don't have time. Now, the I in life stands for invite or introduce. We all do that all the time. You now invite the potential prospect to look at your website, a video, a short voice recording, or you can text them your CTFO shovel e-card as many times as you want, or email an article or whatever you have prepared to do. Now give them up to 48 hours to review the information. And then you simply call them back and do the F in life, the follow-up. This is a critical part, and many don't do it. They don't do it right or don't like to do it at all. All they do is after they know somebody signed up, they send them a welcome email, and they hope they get in and build a huge business. It doesn't work that way. People are actually afraid of rejections, and that is the biggest reason why they don't do it. Listen up, guys. You can't say the wrong things to the right prospects, but also you cannot say the right things to the wrong prospects. I had people, I said the right things, they still didn't register or didn't do nothing. It was a wrong prospect. So don't worry about that. Keep in mind, we are not in the convincing business. We share enough information with prospects so they can make an educated or informed decision about their health and financial well-being, and that of their loved ones and those they care about. That's it. Don't add anything to it. Using and trying the products will make them want to become a business builder. especially your warm market. If they didn't look for home-based business the first place, just get your prospects on on our products. And once they are on our products, always ask for referrals. I like to ask this question. How do you know, or do you know somebody could, or do you know of anyone who could benefit from the benefits you receive? Now, it's a follow-up call. The only thing you ask is one simple question, guys. Remember this one. You can change it a little bit, but you get the message. What did you like best about the information you reviewed? And then you wait for the answer. Whatever they respond or ask, answer their questions. And if they haven't already signed up, register them, as it's free. Tell them to review any additional info or detail on their own free website after they registered with you. Or you can do a three-way call with your enroller or active upline. That's why it's so important for you to know who your active upline support team is beside your enroller. If you don't know, find it out from your enroller, or you always can call customer service. Now, the E in life is the easiest. It stands for educate. Plug your new associates into the system you are using. There are many ways to do this business, as you know by now. And our job description is very simple. Sharing the products, share our business, and teach others to do the same. This is the smallest common denominator of anyone in CTFO. There's no right or wrong way in building our CTFO business. The only way is doing it. If your enrollee never built successfully a network business before, always teach the basics first. Even if you are advanced in marketing your CTFO business. What I teach is a simple system that works for prospecting new people. And as an active and experienced associate, you can always build on that. If we want to advance in any traditional profession, including ours here in CTFO, we must master the basics first before we can move on to bigger tasks like the Craigslist marketing, social media, health shows, lead list, business-to-business marketing, cold calling, internet marketing, and much, much more. The process, however, is always the same, guys. You can't take on a calculus class if you don't have a good understanding of basic math. And the same holds true in network marketing, with all the different ways of prospecting new people and marketing your business. People get confused and don't know what to start with. Now, I want to share with you a few qualifying questions, and I have about 25 to 30 of them. You can ask me later on in an email. I will send them to you. Here's just a couple of them. Are you a people person? How serious do you want to build a business? How much money are you accustomed to? Do you take any CBD oil now? Yes, no? What is your number one reason for taking or not taking any? Do you know of anybody who could use an extra $1,000 in residual income? What are you doing for a living? Have you ever heard of CTFO? Do you deal with any pain? How much is your health worth to you? Guys, I could go on and on and on with these qualifying questions and get a pretty good picture of the person I speak with using some of these. And again, once you recruit a new prospect, you always want to know what their commitment level is. Now, sometimes people have objections. Well, for example, Klaus, I can't afford it. And then I always respond, let me show you how you can get it paid for. Or they say, I don't have the right education. And then I say, if you join us, We teach you and you earn while you learn. Guys, you also want to use feel, felt, found. You can say things like, I know how you feel, Jim. I felt the same way until I found out how great our CBD products are. Or you say, Jim, I know how you feel. I felt the same way until I found out how much I can earn by working just 10 hours a week in CTFO. Send us an email to teamgenesis19@gmail.com and put qualifying questions in the subject line, and we will send you that email to you. Guys, don't value your success by how many people you sign up in your business. It doesn't matter if no one makes a purchase. What matters is how many orders you add to your CTFO business every day, every week, every month. Because residual income is calculated by the volume we produce every week and not by the numbers of new free enrollees we have. CTFO is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and the timing couldn't be better than now. Don't slow down. Speed up if you can, and don't take it for granted, because there is just a window of opportunity of the next 2 to 3 years. And being in 30 years in this profession, I have never seen anything like this. If we put in the effort and build our dream team and help others do the same, we will be taken care of and rewarded nicely for the rest of our lives. I fully believe that. Now, a vice president needs to have personally 5 active associates on the books and $25,000 in accumulated wholesale orders in any 31 rolling days in your uni level. Now, here is my argument that the executive manager is the most important rank in CTFO that you want to duplicate. And Janet Larson said it best, to become an executive manager maker. I like that. An executive manager maker. Get in, get 4, get in, get 4, get in, get 4. Because an executive manager has at least 4 members enrolled with an active order, which is 4747 on ordership. And every associate should be on ordership. And I know we don't have to, but we always talk about an automated system, right? And to be on ordership is the start to automate your business, our business. It's also part of leading by example. And I understand not every prospect you enroll is in the position to do it. It's okay, but be honest with it. However, I'm not saying as an executive manager, quit enrolling after you sponsored your first 4 associate with a qualifying order. No, never. You always want to continue to enroll new people. I still do that today, and I know Jeanette is doing it, and Joe and many others. You want to enroll 10, 20, 50, or even more as you ultimately want to find those 3 associates that have the potential of going at least to executive vice president. Guys, there's no time limit to do that in. I am myself not really a big recruiter compared to some other associates, and we don't need to be. But I never stop sharing our products and business model with people I know, meet, care for, and run into. It doesn't matter how long it takes me. What matters is that we don't quit enrolling, at least until we have our 3 active executive VPs in place. The reason I like the concept of duplicating executive managers is simple, because most people can see themselves being one with a free business entry and the amazing and unique CBD product line we offer, a 60-day no-risk money-back guarantee, patented delivery system. It should be a piece of cake to reach that level. And the first assignment for a new associate is to qualify for executive manager. That's it. They don't need to know anything else. We can talk all day long about the ways that we can earn, and sometimes too much details and wanting to learn all the details and more stuff can paralyze us from doing the important income-producing activities, which are prospecting, enrolling, creating new accounts with orders, and putting new associates on ordership. Yes, it all starts with prospecting, building your contact list and applying the CTFO business lifecycle I talked about. Enroll new people and plug them into the system you are using for your team. Make the first circle work, which is you. Most of your followers do what you do and not what you say. As we all are followers at first before we decide to become a leader, or we drop out at one point. Find out what their commitment level is. Also share with them what they can expect from you. As I said, I give 100% to any associate that is teachable, can follow my directions, and is committed to build. Help them order their first products. Teach them the importance of being on ordership. Introduce them to your active upline support team. Help them enroll their first associate. And then help them to become a teacher so they can help their newly enrolled associates to enroll their new prospects. In other words, teach to sponsor, 3 levels deep, and you will reap. If you do that, you will lock in your enrollment line, and your business will continue to grow, not just in numbers, but in new orders as well, without you being there all the time. That is true leverage. That is your leverage, guys. In closing, here's my business building tip of the day. If you are prospecting for your CTFO business out there and about with whatever you use, then others are doing the same thing for their chosen business. So if somebody wants to share their business with you to recruit you into their opportunity, simply let them talk, listen, and then say, John, wow, that sounds great. However, let me ask you a few questions about your opportunity that are very important to me. And if the caller says, sure, Klaus, go ahead. Now you use any of these 8 questions I will share with you. Just use 3 or 4 of them. That should be enough. First, you ask, well, John, do you offer free enrollment? Or you say, does your business come with 6 free websites that you can promote? Or can I promote your product line and earn a commission without purchasing a single product or spend any money? Or does your opportunity offer profit-sharing positions for great recruiters? Is your monthly commission qualification under $50 regardless of your rank level? Do you offer a 60-day 100% empty bottle money back guarantee? If I decide to go on ordership in your business, do you offer an additional discount on my ordership? Or do you offer your customer a patented delivery system to make your product unique and exclusive in our profession? And then you say, John, you said no to all my questions. Give me 1 good reason why I should drop all these benefits I get from my opportunity I work with and join you. Guys, I haven't had 1 person yet and give me that 1 good reason. Team Genesis partners, whatever it is you do in building your team, and I don't care what you do and how you do it, but always apply the KISS principle. Keep it super simple. The simpler your message, the more people will join you and duplicate what you do. Not just occupying a position or wasting space in your back office, as Lee Blanche once said. And the faster financial success will be yours. Focus on attracting prospects in the areas you are not good at. You don't need to teach those people, those associates, versus learning about it yourself, because it takes too long to become an expert in many of those marketing areas. This is not a race. It's about reaching the goal you have set out for yourself without exception. Again, thank you for showing up, and we see you again next week for another Training Power Hour. Continued success, have a great weekend, and God bless.